Hi guys, finally I have the chance to talk about another Phanteks product, and it's been a while, I have to admit, but today we're having something small, yet it kind of carries the quality and elegance and all the prestige from I would say higher case, not higher by size, but a higher ranked case, and still gives back to the customer with a nice value. It's Phanteks Eclipse P300A Mesh Edition case, which we will get more into after the intro. So what's it all about the Eclipse P300A? It's a very interesting case for sure. When you look at it, it's pretty minimalistic. I would say final touch, final design is without a doubt flawless. There aren't any mistakes in the manufacturing process, and everything is carefully thought out through, without a doubt. Now, when we're talking about front panel and the thing that actually makes the Phanteks Eclipse P300A stand out is the meshed front, which is made for performance, airflow, and still keeps the dust out. Now, how did they manage to do that? First of all, it's ultra-fine mesh, which has pretty small holes, just enough for the airflow, but enough to hold the dust out from the case, which is amazing, of course. And this is what future of engineering and manufacturing cases comes to: removing stuff that are blocking airflow and creating something that will embrace it and give you better temperatures right from the box. So basically taking the case out of the box, placing, I don't know, maybe one cooler on the front, a CPU tower cooler, and still get a nice temperatures. But today I tested it out with 240 radiator AIO, my apologies. So 240 AIO, and I left a stock cooler at the back as an exhaust, even though you could place 120 and 140, sorry, or 140 millimeter fan at the top. I didn't place that just to, keep it more out of the box. Now I did have to place a cooler, right? So, okay, we have the possibility to place 280 or 240 AIO at front, radiator and fans. You have the possibility to place 120 radiator and fan at the back. And when we're talking about the fan configuration, you can place 120 to 140, and on top 140 or 120, and at the back 120 millimeter fans. I mean, outstanding compact case. There is no other way to say it. When we're talking about the storage at the back, you have two 2.5 inch SSD brackets and two 3.5 inch hard drive brackets as well. If you don't remove the hard drive bracket, the clearance for the power supply is 200 millimeters. So I would suggest going with a power supply that has either custom sleeve cables or fully flexible cables. Modular would be most likely a recommendation, but then again, if you're going for I would say a budget case, but it's definitely more than a budget case with everything you get and the manufacturing process and final touch. But you got to take into consideration the lower compartment and how you're going to manage all the cables. Even though I placed a power supply in there, I placed the original cables, I placed the extenders, I still have the RGB cables that are going from the front fans, from the CPU block, and I did manage a great airflow. Now, They say it's a compact case which kind of supports and has the possibility to have every single normal thing, normal size components that usually go in bigger cases, which is true basically. As you can see right here, the radiator and the fans don't take up that much space from the graphic card. So basically the clearance for the GPU is 355 millimeters without the radiator. If you placed only front fans, then it's 355. If you place a radiator and a GPU, then you have 280 millimeters of clearance. Talking about the CPU clearance, CPU tower cooler clearance, it can go up to 165 millimeters and at a millimeter above, just in case you considered and thought about it. So turning it basically on, you can see that placing an AIO is definitely not a problem. The only thing is that it has, since it's a smaller case, pipes are basically too long, so you'll have pipes running around the case, and I don't know if you're into this kind of stuff, that you don't mind pipes going like that or anything similar to that, but then again, it's quite alright. So temperatures inside this case with the AIO 240, I had in full load with AIDA Extreme, AIDA 64 Extreme stress test. It got 64 to 66 Celsius degrees. This is i9 9900 KF, and the GPU is KFA2 GeForce RTX 2060 Super Gamer. Now the temperature on that graphic card was 80 on average, and I think if you watched my previous videos, in almost every case that graphic card goes up to 80, 81 maximum, and it stays there and works perfectly fine. So I would say a nice compact case, without a doubt. Really like the design. The backside is really nicely arranged for your cables, and you could do all sorts of things, nice cable management possibilities, and Velcro style. Just don't know what to say basically. But you can place an AIO at front, you can place an AIO at the rear if you're going with 120, but if you can place 240 and if your budget allows it, why not? So taking into consideration that Phanteks Eclipse P300A is really price per performance, really affordable, I would definitely give this case an approved badge and a Best Buy badge, just because it deserves it. Temperatures are okay. Building inside this case was really a pleasure doing something like this, because it was so easy managing the cables at the back, placing the components. There was literally nothing in this case that actually stopped me, or I thought, oh wait, this 8-pin cable has to go through that small hole at the back. No, this case is really thought thoroughly, without a doubt. So guys, yeah, that's it. Links for the Phanteks Eclipse P300A are below, so you can check out the details of the price and maybe some other specifications that I might have missed or skipped, but I think I covered it all. So if you like the video, don't forget to click the thumbs up button, subscribe for future content, comment your thoughts of course, and if you have any questions I will gladly answer them, and I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.